Hey guys, God bless you. This is Sean here from Faith Brings Change. I just want to come on here and kind of do a comment to my last video. I was mentioning about how this beast of Revelation is the first one is about to come out of the pit and everything. And I want to make something clear because, like, I've never made predictions and dates before of anything. And this is not the return of Yeshua. This is not the rapture or anything. But the my angels and stuff and God and with these signs and everything, these 3 days of darkness, he's made it very clear to me that I want to give you some reassurance of that last video. That beast is far from, I could be wrong, but from what I understand right now, this Antichrist figure in the flesh, the second beast, who does all this stuff with a mark and everything, he doesn't appear until decades from now. But this first beast is set to appear, and it's going to be what launches the people of God into their ministry. And those two witnesses, those two candlesticks, which are two churches. You read a candlestick as a church in the book of Revelation. There were two of them that were right, and then five of them that were being dangerous, reprobate silver. And I suppose there could be three more added to that, because we know about the five virgins, 5 wise, the 5 foolish, and so for that to be, I don't know how that happens. I was just thinking of that just now. There's only 7 churches, so maybe not. But I do know about the 3 days of darkness for sure, and all that stuff. God, already confirmed that to me with signs, and I spoke about all that stuff. That's rock solid on me. But I'm trying to reassure you guys about God he gives me peace as I go along. And so as far as the second beast, as far as I know, we got decades until the second beast, the Antichrist, comes. I cannot see how, basically, before this mark is issued and all this stuff happens, there's got to be a preaching of the two witnesses and everything, and they got to fulfill their ministries to a certain degree. And these movies that God told me back in 2005, he asked me to write. I asked him in dreams, what am I supposed to do? He said, pray to the Spirit. I woke up and I prayed to the Holy Spirit. And because I didn't know what the Spirit was back then, my mom told me that's the Holy Spirit. That was when I first got saved. And I did, and he showed me about movie making. So I'm actually going to do 4 movies. The first one's called Deity. The second is Jacob's Trouble. That's a part of the tribulation. The third one is the movie Reign, like the 1,000-year reign of Christ, and the fourth one is Tree of Life. And he assured me in those visitations I would do this, and this is going to be it's going to be Hollywood style, but I don't think it's going to be Hollywood, and the reason why is because they would try to censor things. So he's actually going to give me big wealth. He talked to me about, I've had people prophesy to me about a one woman prophet about billions, and see, I'm not looking to get rich or anything, but it's going to cost billions to do this. And so if I had that money, guys, I would probably just get a regular house in Austin. I live in Leander right now, or over here in Leander, which is near Austin. I make movies in Austin, Texas, and get a house in Leander, just, and not a mansion or anything fancy. And I would use all my money to fund gospel movies. I would take all that money and invest it in the next movie. And I'd like to do a biblical Exodus movie, and the way it's really supposed to be. Like to do Jonah the Prophet. I really want to do that one. That's related to these 3 days of darkness. Uh, Gosh, what else? I mean, I could think of different ones. I had prophecies given to me that I was going to do multiple movies. But there's going to be this time of decade for the saints of God to rise up and do building projects. But it talks about the temple being built even in tumultuous times. And the third temple that's going to be built is not made with hands. And there's no need for sacrifice, because Yeshua is our sacrifice. And after it's done, it's not going to be destroyed, it says, but it's going to be defiled by the Antichrist, because he can't destroy it because it's of the Spirit. But that means there's going to be a future building project that I launch, and the people of God are built up through these decades, and the Antichrist, after it's done, is going to come in and defile it. And there's a mystery to those, to how long it says it's going to be done. There's a mystery to that, because sometimes, guys, when it says days, it actually means years. or months. It actually means years. And Yeshua explained all this to me, and these visitations changed the way I saw Bible prophecy. And I haven't even seen anybody in the world say the things that he said to me. But why would we not expect that? I mean, if there's this guy Elijah and everything, and God is speaking to him, he would reveal mysteries to him and everything, and certain things. And that God has shown me a lot of stuff. But I'm making this video to reassure you guys, because I've always tried to tell you not to fear the Antichrist or the world government or that system. That's not going to happen until God is ready for it. But we're going to see the launching of it, I believe. We're going to see the launching out of it after these 3 days of darkness. And another thing to think about, guys, is I hear there's going to be some kind of shutdown in September. Like, they're going to try to shut down the internet. And I've seen on Facebook, they said you can only post certain things now. They made some kind of, they're changing their agreements, I think starting September 1st or October 1st, of all things, of all times. And if you don't say certain things, maybe you won't get posted. And I'm like, that's not a coincidence. Satan is afraid of these prophecies that I'm about to do on October 6th. And so he's trying to create all these rules, and even in YouTube. So that's why I said, guys, take down my email. It's truthforbearer1414 at yahoo.com, lowercase truthforbearer1414 at yahoo.com. Take that down, because if they try to take down my videos after I post them, because they're going to be angry that I did this sign and it proves to people that God is real. And so Satan's not going to want all those people to get saved. So the devil might get it all over into the people on YouTube and Facebook and try to censor it, try to pretend it doesn't happen. So tell my story after you see these 3 days of darkness. Tell them that I told you guys this ahead of time, and this proves that this gospel is real, this book of harvest. And who knows, maybe in the future we may not be able to get on YouTube and Facebook. We may have to create our own, guys, a forum for Christians. We may have to create something like Facebook that was for Christians. We may have to create YouTube kind of thing for Christians. And if we have to, we'll have to. But God is going to get his gospel out there one way or another. Satan, the devil, is not going to be able to stop it. Whatever he does is only works into God's hand. He can't prevent what's about to happen. He's going to get a big whipping. They're going to get a whipping whether they like it or not. They're going to get a 3-day timeout in the corner and dark. And they're going to get a big whipping after that. That's going to stretch on for a decade and even on. And so I know we have a decade for sure, but I'm saying about the other decades after that, I'll have to check about that. If not, then it'll be a space of years, but I'm pretty sure because of what my angels told me. It's just I have to, guys, I'm a signs person, and God does work with me, and he just gives me signs for things. And so I just want to be sure I'm always leading you guys in the right. I'm crystal clear about the 3 days of darkness. He gave me big signs. It happened when I was awake, signs in the news that he told me what would happen. It would happen. Things, I haven't gone into all those things. I shared the Sahara dust cloud, but but anyways, I'm just sharing this, guys, with you to give you some hope and not to worry and everything. This isn't the end yet. We're going to see the start of Revelation, but some of it's going to happen now. Some of it's going to happen in the future. And so there's going to be some awesome stuff ahead of you guys. Just stay peaceful and everything. Till next time, guys. Shalom.